So I just watched the new movie called Great White. It is a new shark thriller horror movie. It stars Katrina Bowden as a young woman who lives by the sea with her boyfriend. She is a triage nurse. He gives ocean tours via a plane and whatnot. He meets up with a group of tourists who want to explore this island nearby. So they book a plane trip with him the next day. They get there, and it turns out there's some local lore about a figure from the past who survived on the island that connects with one of the tourists who goes on the trip. So they discover a dead body on the beach, and they're in this dilemma. They say, well, what should we do? Should we let the Coast Guard figure it out and handle it? Should we see if there's any survivors? They go with option number 2, and they decide to see if there's any survivors. And thus, long story short, they end up in a little dingy raft, I should say. And of course, they're pursued by the great white shark. So, on the one hand, you don't really see the shark that often in this movie. It's used in spades, which I actually thought made it kind of a little bit scarier and more suspenseful, because you weren't sure when it would pop up and try to potentially attack people. On the other hand, the shark was ridiculous because they made the shark growl. And I just couldn't, it was hard to take it seriously at that point, but I did my best. So 90% of the movie, you had the people in the raft trying to figure out what to do. Their plane is sunk. They don't have any open line of communication. They're drifting in the raft, which basically puts a kibosh on anyone finding them for days and days on end, because not many people really know they're out there. They have no open communication. So they have to make a choice. Are they going to continue in this raft? Or are they going to try to swim to the ocean and to a nearby island, which you think it looks nearby, but when you have a shark circling under you, it can be the furthest thing in the world from civilization. So I thought it would be based on the true story that was kind of similar. They made a movie out of it for the Discovery Channel called Capsize, Blood in the Water. I almost thought it was going to go in that direction. It's from the makers of another shark movie that was based on a true story, but I guess they decided to opt for a fictional movie. So I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm a Katrina Bowden fan. Excuse me. I thought the cast did okay. The script could have been a little better, but I guess with the budget and whatnot, they did the best they could do. Um, and when I say budget, I mean like special effects budget. Like, there was nothing wrong with the way it was filmed. It had a good production budget. It had beautiful locations. I'm just going to assume they decided to opt on not using the shark that much because it probably cost a lot. But that growling shark was just too much and just made the movie over the top. So it's kind of middle of the road type of movie, kind of a mixture of Asylum and Sci-Fi Channel, but they played it fairly straight when the shark wasn't growling at them. So kind of a mixture of the two. If you like those type of movies, you might like it. But like I said, it's not an over-the-top cheesy shark movie. They did try to play it safe and play it straight to a certain degree. It just feels like it could have been a little better, but I'd probably watch it again. So, Great White 2021. It's out on DV now and probably streaming on different platforms. So, maybe you'll enjoy this movie a little bit more than I did. Maybe not. Let me know. And that's it for now. I'll catch you on the flip side.